everybody, what's up? Georgia football here today against the Utah Utes coming in at 2-0 versus, like I said, the Georgia Bulldogs coming in at 1-1. We've got everybody fired up hopefully here in the chat. We're going to have a big game here. Georgia coming out in the black and red, and Utah, I believe, is going to be coming out in their famous all white. And that will be correct, as drip is heavy today here in Georgia. All right, everybody. So today we're going to be looking at a quarterback duel between KJ Smith and Colorado Rivers. Colorado Rivers coming out of Michigan State after a lackluster season, but phenomenal individual results. Hopefully looking to make an impact here today with running backs Bo Saunders and Hazel Mercer to back him up in the backfield. Take care of a couple things here real quick. And we'll go ahead and get things underway here. Hopefully going to get the energy a little bit higher here today with everybody. We'll see the ball kicked off to Georgia, so KJ Smith is going to be the first quarterback to take the field today. So we'll see a return here. It's going to fall down at about the 25-yard line. And then out comes KJ Smith. So 1-1 for the Georgia Bulldogs here, falling short previously to Oregon this year in an impressive game overall for both teams. Obviously wanting to see a little bit more out of Georgia, but a big game for Oregon nonetheless. And Georgia's going to come out here first. Looks like they're going to have a single back in the backfield. We're going to see that ball get handed off here real quick to number 25, Ryan Brooks, previous Heisman winner of college season 1. Also head coach of the Oregon Ducks. And then again, this will be Ryan Brooks out of Cincinnati previously. We're going to go ahead and get a look at the rankings real quick here. So we got the Georgia Bulldogs again coming in at 5 with a 1-1 record to start the season. But we're going to have the Utah Utes coming in here at 2. We're going to see a ball batted away. But Utah is going to come in here ranked number 2 at 2-0. Georgia's going to come off of a big win, like I said last week, against the Michigan. And there's an interception on the field. We'll see who that was real quick. Looks like it's going to be Zay Harris with the interception, as Colorado Rivers is going to come back out here. We're going to see him take his first shots with his 1-to-1 interception touchdown ratio. And that's not what you want to see from the Georgia Bulldogs here early against the 2-0 team that's looking to go to a 3-0 stretch. This is a huge, huge, huge game recruiting-wise based off of the different classes that were both signed on here. Both of these teams were looking to be undefeated. Utah making that stretch. Obviously, Georgia's not going to be able to do that now, but we'll look to finish the season with a winning out record. We'll see Bo Saunders here take a first carry. 11-11 here in the first quarter, left on the clock. We'll see a second down. We'll see Rado come back out here. It looks like Bo Saunders in the backfield. We're going to see Rado take a shot, and that's going to fall complete to, see here in just a second, Camo. I'm not sure if I said that last name correctly, but we're going to see a handoff here to Hazel Mercer, so it'll be his first rush of the game for 3 yards, as Utah is just ahead of the 20-yard line. We're going to see another handoff here, as running is probably going to be a very, 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 very prevalent part of the Utah game plan today. We'll see Billups on the tackle. The Utah rapidly approaching. And an incomplete pass there. Not sure who that was intended for. But we're going to see a field goal here, so ideally, if everything goes correctly here, we'll have a 3-0 ball game to start with Utah, and that is exactly what you'll see here. So 8:59 left in the first quarter. We have a 3-0 ball game, Utah Utes. All right, so after that interception, now we're going to see KJ Smith come back out here after this return, or barring return. And hopefully looks to shrug off that interception. We know KJ doesn't necessarily take the best care of the ball at times, but that could be very favorable in a situation where you got to be able to take risks. You don't necessarily want a guy back there who's just going to sit and not really do a whole lot. And so you want a guy that's going to force those passes when they're necessary for your team. And if you know what, you make a mistake, you make a mistake. It's early. You got a big team here that you're facing. You're going to feel them out. So ideally here we'll see a better drive from Georgia, and I think we will. We're going to see a pre-snap adjustment, and that's going to be handed off to Ryan Brooks. It'll be 2 rushes now for 14 yards. Last week for Brooks, we'll have a 29 attempt game for 147 yards. 0 touchdowns, I believe. And we'll see Vic. I got to figure out how to say his last name too, but that with his 2 tackles. And we'll see a pass from KJ here completed to AJ Barnes. We're going to see a pass here from KJ to Ryan Brooks, but that's going to fall very minimally for a 4th and 4 here. So not a turnover necessarily, but the ball will be turned over here unless they do decide to go for it. Obviously with much better field position in the favor of Georgia here for Utah to be in their next drive. But with a team that's hot right now, at least minimally hot, we're getting points on the board, so you want to make sure that everything's taken care of in that way. Take care of something here real quick. Alrighty, and we are back. So we're going to see Georgia here punt the football. And I think it is important to highlight that this is all a Heisman runner-up game as well. So quarterback Rado Rivers, as I said, coming from a lackluster overall record-wise season, coming in here to battle, like I said, his former Heisman counterpart Ryan Brooks, who ultimately did end up taking that reward. Some people, award. Some people speculate due to the record that was possessed by Michigan State at the time versus the record that Cincinnati had versus the total overall stats put up by each program. We're going to see Bo Sanders here take another rush, so it's going to be 3 rushes for Bo Sanders, 17 yards so far for the game. We're going to see a lot of rushing here between Brooks and the 2 backs over at Utah, as Bo Sanders is going to take another run. Takes a spin move, is going to push him back just a little bit, so that'll be 4 rushes total, 27 yards, first down for the Utah Utes. See KJ Smith over there talking with his offensive coordinator, just making sure everything's right up top, making sure everything's right on the field, making sure that they can provide steady competition for the rest of this game. See a safety come down as we'll have a single high safety in the back. We'll see another run play as that safety came down to provide run support, and Bo Saunders was going to fall short about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 8. We're going to see Rado audible Mercer out to the right side of the field. Rado's going to take a shot, and that's going to be almost intercepted. Number 9 on the pass deflection. Attempted interception. Rado's going to take another shot, floats it over the middle, and almost completes a risky pass, but overall falls incomplete, 4th and 8. So Georgia is going to hold strong here, everybody. We're going to see the first punt of the Utah Utes for the night. Hopefully maybe a block, but you never know. Doesn't look like it. Alrighty, so now we're going to see this ball come down here, and that's going to fall into the end zone, touchback. We got 5:19 left in the first quarter. Utah leading the ball game 3-0. As Georgia will look to come back out here after 2 turnover possessions, 1 by way of interception and then 1 by way of a punt. Georgia's going to come back out here. Brooks in the backfield. Brooks is also going to take it. It's going to be a gain of what looks to be about 3. 3 rushes total for 17 yards. 2nd and 7. We're going to see a first down on the play by Ryan Brooks, and what looks to be a rush of about 9 or 10 on the play. It'll be McKinney with the 2nd tackle. So if the passing game's not going to get it done, if you're Georgia, then you might as well keep handing it off to your previous Heisman back. I mean, he won the Heisman for a reason. I'm not personally too familiar with the record of Cincinnati last year, what their situation totally was, but you know, at that point, you got an all else fails person to go to back there. We're gonna see a interesting pass that's gonna be taken in by number 3. We'll get a look at that, who that is here in just a second. It's gonna be Kyson Carter on the miraculous catch. What a play. I'm not sure how that was even caught. The touch pass there on the back shoulder. And that's just embarrassing if you're that defensive back on that play. But overall, like I said, you just got to have a quarterback back there who's going to take those risky shots. And obviously that interception did not phase KJ. He's out here taking more shots, hands it off to Brooks. And now this Georgia offense is moving down past the 40-yard line, just falls short of the 35, 36-yard line here, as we got a 2nd and short for the Georgia Bulldogs. 3 minutes and 15 seconds left as you're going to see a receiver in motion, hand off to Brooks, but that's going to be stopped by 2 Utah defenders. You'll see a celebration after there. Sewell is going to be the primary taker of the credit there. And the defense is going to hold strong, at least for the moment, on the Utah sideline. It'll be number 02, I believe that said Saunders. It could be. Yeah, I do believe so. Looks like it'll be Saunders and Sewell there. Georgia's going to look to take another shot here. 3rd down and 4. KJ's going to drop back the pass. He's going to float one, and he's going to get a beautiful pass over down to number 84. I'm going to look at who 84 here is just a second. I believe that might be A.J. Barnes. No, that is actually, yes, I believe that might be A.J. Barnes again. But overall, that is going to be a fantastic play as that ball is going to be taken down all the way to about the 10-yard line. Georgia's now starting to look dangerous, and this is exactly what you want to see from your freshman quarterback after making the mistakes that he had made. Like I said, it's all about getting comfortable, and when you're playing a team like Utah, you don't necessarily have a lot of time to get comfortable. So you're seeing a lot of adversity and diversity being taken on by the young quarterback here. But looks like so far he's been able to wipe it off of his shoulders and continue forward playing this ball game the way he knows he should be. He's going to hand it off to Brooks, and Brooks is going to take him about halfway to the end zone. You see a 3rd down and goal here. What is KJ Smith and the Georgia Bulldogs going to do here? We're going to see another handoff to Brooks, and that is going to be a spear-like tackle from number 99. It's going to be Brown Jr. I believe Terrence Brown Jr. I'm not mistaken. No, actually, yeah, Terrence Brown Jr. So that'll be Terrence Brown Jr. there on that fearsome tackle against Ryan Brooks to overall force this game to be tied at what it looks like to be almost a 3-point, and will in fact be a 3-point tied ball game. sorry about that, everybody. We are back after that huge play, but it looked like Bo Saunders to get Utah very close down the field, as we are now seeing a lot more contention. Hopefully, you're going to see this turn into something other than a 3-3 ball game here shortly. And it looks to be all Bo Saunders on this drive. I do apologize if that ended up being Zell Mercer. Sorry, I had to take care of a phone call real quick. Rado's going to be out there by himself in the backfield. He's going to take a chance to pass here. And we're going to see a sack by number 6. It's going to be Bryant. See if we can... Davion Bryant, the right end, out of the Georgia Bulldogs defense, is going to get that huge sack here on Colorado Rivers. And so hopefully what we're seeing right now is a little bit more contention, like I said. But ultimately, if you keep scoring, you keep scoring. And so, and that's not going to help the scoring. You see a false start on the play. It looked like to be that left tackle over there. It's not going to show us due to the nature of the penalty within the game. And so it'll be 2nd and long here. Not what you want to see if you're Utah, but at least it is 2nd down. You see a handoff to Bo Sanders, and why not? Bo Sanders has taken them all the way down the field this game. 8 rushes, 84 yards so far on this drive. Not this drive, sorry, this game. Bo Sanders has taken them all the way down on this drive. We're going to see a beautiful completion there to Alexander Walker. It would be Jacques Alexander Walker, so a beautiful catch there from the prime player. Everybody drop your sharks in the chat for Mr. Jaws. He's going to pull in a crucial catch there that's going to put them in a much more contendable 3rd down situation here. Oh, 4th down, actually. My bad. Maybe drop your Tom Brady's in the chat, putting up 4. And then we're going to see this game turn into a 6-3 ball game. So kind of back to the situation we were just in when we were just previously 3-0. We got 9:16 left here in the 2nd quarter. UGA stepping up here on defense against this high-powered Utah offense. And then Georgia just trying to figure out how they're going to do offensively. We did see a bit of a flash from them last time, getting the 3 points, but now that 3 more points have been scored by Utah, we'll have to see them here step up yet again. Obviously do a little bit more of a crucial drive. Hopefully the game plan here fills out properly for this Georgia team. We're going to see KJ take a shot over to Luke McConkey. Real life Georgia player, just previously won the national championship, quarterback Stanson Bennett. 105 total yards for UGA so far this game. As we'll see a pass from KJ over to Ryan Brooks. Have them fall just short, 2nd and 2. KJ is going to take another quick shot. It's going to fall again to, I believe, Luke McConkey. We'll see Ryan Brooks take another run here. He's going to work his way up there, pushing through a very large amount of Utah defenders on that play to get it to a 2nd and 4. Just outside the 40-yard line. KJ is going to take a play action shot. And he's going to deliver a beautiful pass to number 3. And that is going to be Kyson Carter, everybody. Kyson Carter making 2 very large and crucial catches so far here for this Georgia offense, as Utah's defense is starting to crumble here a little bit. Get hyped down here in the chat. As we're going to see a small gain there, if gain at all, on the play by Ryan Brooks. But what a fantastic offensive explosion there on that last play. That's what we're going to need to see here from this Georgia offense. if we're wanting to see a bigger contention here. But obviously, like I said, KJ knows he made his mistake and is getting his nose back down to the grindstone and just continues powering forward, making these flashes of what shows him to truly be a great quarterback, especially at his freshman age. Most notably, the other Smith within the league right now actually has taken time away from his previous endeavors at Florida State to let the keys be handed over to quarterback Jerry Mays to quote-unquote develop his player more along with his coaching staff. And so for the other Smith, this is a very, 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 very impressive showing that we're seeing right now. Like I said, a Smith that we had known to previously struggle, now kind of putting the team on his back, trying to get himself up there, takes him about halfway short of the goal line and falls just short of a first down. You're going to see them go for it here. This could be KJ or Brooks. It'll be KJ. And KJ is going to throw a pass that is going to fall incomplete, but we may have a pass interference penalty. We'll have an illegal man downfield, actually, so we're going to see a turnover on downs here. Of all plays, that is actually going to... That is a drive killer. Wow. So Georgia's actually going to come out of here with nothing somehow, as Utah's going to have very, very dangerous field position. Bo Saunders is going to take it, but isn't going to get very far. Maybe a yard or two at max. It'll be 2nd and 8. Misrado is going to kind of take it into his own hands and is going to almost get tackled for a safety, but gets it out last second to number 5. Going to be Moore. Zeke Moore, I believe that is. It'll be K5 on the tackle. It'll be a 3rd down here, and about halfway for this Utah team. And then we're going to see a beautiful 1st down catch there by Azell Mercer out of the backfield. So it'll be his first reception for 8 yards. We got 2 minutes here and about 20 seconds till halftime. We're going to see Bo Saunders take the ball here, but he's going to fall short. Not going to see a gain, actually. We're going to see a loss of a yard on the play. 2nd and 11. As Smith will be credited with the tackle. We're seeing flashes and stints here of Bo Saunders lifting up the other dude. But seeing flashes here of Bo Saunders here, making big plays, kind of getting stopped sometimes minimally, but once he usually gets past that first initial defensive line, he usually is exploding pretty substantially. And that's not what you want to see here. You're going to see a sack on Rado Rivers, going to drop him back into safety territory. We'll see a timeout here in the 2nd quarter. We'll figure out who was taking that. It'll be Georgia's taking that timeout there, so it'll be a 3rd and 10 back in safety country. You're going to see the ball just get handed off here to Bo Saunders, but that's going to be a hit stick to fall that short. So now we got a bit of a dangerous punting situation for this Utah Utes. Special teams. Hopefully we'll see this ball still get off. And we will, but obviously that'll come with a, you'd think, shorter punt, but I guess not. We'll see a return there, number 22, for about 3 or 4 or so yards. I have Ryan Brooks coming out here, 13 rushes so far on the day, 56 yards total, about 4.3 yards per carry. See another single back here. And we just KJ and Brooks back there. KJ's going to look past it. Going to throw it away after deciding the pocket movement probably wasn't the best idea at the beginning of the play. 2nd and 10 here for the Georgia offense. You're going to see a short pass taken in there by number 11. We'll have a no huddle here with 1 minute and 12 seconds left by this Georgia offense. We'll see a little bit of an on-the-run pass. It'll be 1st down to Ryan Brooks. About 1 minute, 7 seconds left here. Clock stopping due to the first down on the play. Georgia left with 1 timeout, Utah with 3. Should a situation arise for either team to use said timeouts. As Georgia and Utah making their final adjustments here to end the first half and move on to their New Testaments. Minute here left for the Georgia Bulldogs. There'll be a sack on the play, and that'll be McKinney on the sack. Let's credit him before the no huddle. We'll see another play action as KJ is going to take another shot. He's going to pass it to number 11 again. I have to get a name for number 11, so I stopped calling him number 11. That's going to be Elko. So it'll be Elko coming just short of the first down. Third down, as KJ is going to dump that pass off and actually get a first down to running back Ryan Brooks. Going to stop the clock with 26 seconds left. 1 timeout for the Georgia Bulldogs. You're seeing KJ Smith just fight his way out of there to the best of his abilities. There's only so much you can kind of do in that situation, so perhaps that deep pass back there was just a little bit too far. The timing was necessary. That's great pocket awareness by that young quarterback. We'll have 22 seconds, timeout if they want to use it. If nothing else, they are in field goal range, barring a mistake. It would be an ugly incomplete pass. Not comfortably sure who that was intended for. 14 seconds left in the half. Probably see 1 or 2 more shots here before we just take the field goal and ideally tie this ball game up before the half. Must be a first down play there, so we're going to see that timeout come into effect here. That way they can get potentially 2 more plays before going for the field goal. And they're actually just going to go for the field goal. So we'll have the Georgia kicker come out here and hopefully put 3 up before the half ends. And we're looking at a 6-6 ball game, everybody, heading into the half, barring a 7-second miracle here. Not really sure what we're seeing from both of these teams right now. Either really good defense, really lackluster offense, really good defense. Great special teams. Special teams definitely has been a forefront here in this ball game. Coming out here in all these punting situations, these return situations, and obviously the field goal situations. Let's see if we get a run play or a shot taken right here. Looks like we're going to see a shot get taken by Rado. Rado's going to let it sail. And that's actually going to be caught by Light Yagami. Holy moly. So that is actually going to be a completed Hail Mary to Light Yagami before the half ends there. Unfortunately, it's not going to mean nothing, but provided that was a situation where that would have been entirely necessary for it to be that, or to come out that way, that was a beautiful, beautiful pass. I'll go ahead and let you guys take a quick break here. I'm going to take a quick break as the half kind of bleeds into these scores, and we'll be right back with you, everybody. All right, everybody. We are back on Thursday night for some more action between the Utah Utes and the Georgia Bulldogs. Utah set to receive for the half. You see that taken down at about the 23-24 yard line there by Azell Mercer. We have 20 yards per return for him on the game. Again, everybody, this is Austin Briley. Thank you for sticking around with me to the second half of this ball game. We got a very tight contention here between a supposed national champion contender and another potential national championship contender. Georgia wanting to come out here, like I said, and win out the rest of the way, and they're looking like they're getting everything in order to potentially do that here against this Utah team. What a tough way it would be to fall here against these Georgia Bulldogs for the Utah Utes if that were to happen. As we'll see Azell Mercer here get a first down. Still looking for our first touchdowns of the ball game, everybody. Go ahead and drop down in the chat who you think the first people are going to be to get those touchdowns, if at all, and when, in fact, you guys think that those will be coming. See Azell Mercer try to reach for the first down there, but he's going to fall just short. See Rado take a play-action pass. Rado's going to actually miss that pass. Throwing speed a little too hot to see who the intended receiver was. We'll move forward to third down here and 1. Rado's going to take that pass again. Going to throw a almost interception. So we're actually going to see Utah turn the ball over to start the second half. 10 minutes left here in the third quarter as Utah is going to give the ball to Georgia. We're going to see that bounce out within the 10-yard line. Punter's happy. Potentially actually inside the 5-yard line. We'll have to check on that here in a second. Obviously the graphic isn't paying attention to the field position. We'll have KJ Smith come back out here. What looks to be just a hair in front of the 5-yard line actually. So overall a fantastic punt because Georgia is in safety country right now. With a defense like this, you always got to be aware for that. Maybe play action is not going to be suitable right now. As Ryan Brooks will take it about halfway there for him. Second down and 3 or 4. KJ is going to take an option play. He's actually going to pick up the first down. So KJ is going to pick up the first down, a second rush, total of 8 yards on the ball game so far. So now the positioning is a little bit more comfortable. Might be able to see KJ do his thing. But Ryan Brooks is actually going to get stopped here by a multitude of Utah defenders as the disrespect is hot down there. As you can see by number 5. Now, why wouldn't it be? This is the team that believes, like I said, that they are the national championship contender. The ones to be messed with, or not to be messed with, should I say. And then you got a team here who's looking to prove everything after, like I said, falling that week 1 to Oregon. But as we've seen from Oregon this year, Oregon's kind of willing to tango with anybody. So that doesn't really say much about what this Georgia offense and defense are both individually capable of. And so week 1 jitters, playbooks, all that stuff, everything's got to be in order. It looks like everything is in order here for the Georgia offense. We're going to see a completed pass taken in here by UGA. Maybe Wimbo Bands. An incomplete pass there. It looked like to be to Luke McConkey again. So we'll see Georgia actually punt the ball away here as well. 7 minutes, 39 seconds left here. Third quarter. Utah will take possession again. Zell's actually going to get loose here, but he's going to be tackled by number 34 and number 27 of the Georgia special teams unit. Bo Saunders is going to come out here. Started the game 11 for 87. So far in the second half, hasn't seen much yet. Been the Azell Mercer show for what there's been of it so far in that first drive. Utah will come back out here again looking to get both running backs incorporated most likely. As Rado's going to take a play action attempt. He's actually going to turn this into a running play, but he's going to be stripped. And Rado's going to be stripped by, we'll see who that is here in a second. That's going to be grouped with the fumble recovery, and he's going to be credited with the tackle as well. So that is actually going to be a turnover here for the Georgia defense, as Georgia, like I said, is coming in here hot, and they're looking like they're going to be something to be messed with in this game. You can't necessarily do all that flashy stuff with the team who, like I said, hasn't really had a chance to prove themselves, and now they're back out here. So what are we going to see from this Georgia team? Is this going to be the game where Utah falls? It is entirely possible, and it is entirely looking that way right now if momentum continues to go in Georgia's favor. Ryan Brooks is going to take another running here, and he's going to shrug that guy off, fall forward for either the first down or just short. It will be just short, 2nd and inches. We're going to see KJ Smith take it on another option, and KJ is going to get loose. KJ is going to get himself just short of the 20-yard line, but we might see a face mask out here. Looks like COVID policies are coming into effect, and that's actually going to be a holding by Chris Elko. No, that is a legal block in the back, actually. My apologies, everybody. That is the second illegal block in the back by this Georgia offense here today. If you remember earlier, actually created a turnover on downs for them, preventing them from being up potentially 9-6 right now. You can see a first down pass there from KJ Smith to Bowers here. First reception for Bowers on the game, 7 yards. KJ will come back out here. We're about the 16-yard line. 16, 17-yard line. KJ is going to nail the cameraman in the dome. Making sure that the film's correct for the rest of this game. Channeling his inner Adam Sandler. Maybe tossing it to that back umpire, letting him know that the arm strength is there and he will pop if them penalties keep coming in like that. We'll see Brooks here take it for a minimal gain. It'll be 3rd and 8. KJ is going to almost throw an interception. What looks like he's trying to do too much, but this will end up most likely being a 9-6 ball game. So another field goal is going to come out here with 4 minutes and 41 seconds left in this 3rd quarter for everybody. And it's a 9-6 ball game. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the commentary so far. Now this has been an interesting game. If you love defense, then you got what you're looking for. If you love offense, you got what you're looking for. Not a lot of super big explosions, but enough to keep you interested. Like I said, hopefully y'all are enjoying this commentary. I know I definitely feel like I'm doing a lot better this game than I usually do. And so keep everything on point here. Shout out to everybody making this happen in the PFL. Shout out to the Utah Utes and the Georgia Bulldogs for coming out here tonight, willing to put on shows for us. Shout out to Commissioner Zeke and Rado Rivers getting everything situated for us so we can do this. And then shout out to the community, man. Like I said, you guys run this. Gotta watch my language. Y'all run this stuff strong, and so it's much appreciated. And so we love what we see from you guys. Keep it up. It's always a blast working with you and getting to do something that we all love together. So back to the football game. We're going to see Rado take a check down there. It'll be 9 of 14 for what I think is 114 yards. That'll be more on the reception. You see K5's side being kind of worked on the shorter side, but not anything super deep. Haven't really seen a shot taken by Rado other than that Hail Mary. See a lot of play action, but not a lot to complete from it. Like I said, we've only had a total of 9 completed overall passes from Rado this game. We're almost to this 4th quarter. We'll have a pass completed just shy of the 50-yard line there. 104 total passing yards on the day for Rivers, as Como will be the receptor of that pass. Appreciate y'all rolling with me as I'm getting familiar with these players also. I'd have to rely down on the bottom of the screen, but we'll make it work, get more familiar, and then hopefully we can make this stuff even better for you guys. We'll see a touchback there. Georgia's going to come out maintaining their first lead of the ball game so far. So KJ is going to come out here with 2 minutes and 9 seconds left in his 3rd quarter to kind of see what he can finagle before that clock hits 0 and we get ready to finish this ball game up, barring any extracurricular activities at the end of the game. You see Brooks take another rush attempt here. He can get himself about halfway there. 19 rushes for 81 yards. Of 113 rushing yards for the. And we got a big play here for the Georgia This may be the first touchdown. And it's going to be the first touchdown. Ryan Brooks, everybody, is going to get in the end zone to separate this ball game, and that loss for Utah is getting much, much, much more realistic here, as Georgia's going to get up here, and Georgia's going to send Brooks all the way down the field to get a very, 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 very statement-based touchdown here, as he outran the entire Utah defense. See a couple missed tackles there, shrugs off the extra little bit of defenders that he felt like he had on him there when he gets to the end zone. And you are going to see a 10-point ball game here, barring this extra point. And now we have a 10-point ball game here with the third quarter, 1 minute and 25 seconds. What is Utah going to do? What can Utah do? What will Utah do? Guess we'll find out here momentarily. 1 minute 25 seconds as Georgia takes a massive, massive, massive run to the house. 16-6 ball game here for Georgia, as I know they're freaking out down there in the chat right now. Shout out to everybody. Hope you're having a great Thursday night here in the PFL. I know we are, watching this unfold. What started off as a very, very slow processing game has now turned into an entirely different situation. Now that dual back system may not be as effective as it once was at the beginning of the game. But it doesn't look like they're going to stop trying. If that, or they're going to go play action, one of the two. But it will be a run play. That is going to be Bo Saunders for his 13 rush, just now eclipsing the 100-yard mark for the game. That's what you want to see from your running back, obviously, but those big plays need to amount for touchdowns. And right now, we are in a situation where Utah needs to get moving, and they need to get moving fast. Georgia's moving quickly, and right now, this isn't a team that you can really look down anymore. This isn't a team where you can kind of march in here in your away uniform and really count out these fans, because these fans have been crucial this entire game to making sure that this Georgia team stays within their ball game. And something tells me that this defense is just getting more and more hyped up. We may see some big plays from Utah, but it's not the time to make a mistake either. What do you do here if you're Utah? You got to be smart with the ball passing it, but maybe running the ball is going to continuously get stopped. So what can you do here? Who is the University of Utah? We will find out in this fourth quarter. Everybody drop your fours in the chat. We got a wild one here. Thank you for rolling with me again, everybody. This is Austin Briley, PFL staff, play-by-play commentator, Oregon Ducks quarterback. Hopefully we'll see y'all as we take on Ole Miss tomorrow night. And we'll keep on rolling with this one. Thank you, everybody. As Rivers is going to take another pass back. He's going to drop it into Mercer. Mercer's going to get a little bit loose, but Mercer's going to take a massive hit from number 12. We have 255 total yards for Utah in the game so far. That'll be Mercer's second reception for a total of 17 yards on the game. Rado's going to throw another incomplete pass, looking like Ugami was down there at the end of the field. That might have been worth throwing a touch pass over just to see what you got. I haven't seen Light be targeted very much this game, if at all. And that's going to be another out-of-bounds sailed pass. The morale is not hot for the Utah offense right now. 3 points will not cut it, especially if Georgia's going to continue to score. And we're going to see number 2 get a little bit loose for that first down. That's going to be Sebastian Como. Got to make sure that I'm getting these first names right. I feel like I'm making up some of these as I'm going. Nope, that is going to be, in fact, Sebastian Como. So, yeah, Sebastian Como is going to get the first down there for Utah. It's going to keep him moving. And what, like I said, has been an overall lackluster game so far for Colorado Rivers. KJ Smith, on the other hand, is taking his shots and making it count, though. Him and Kyson Carter have been unstoppable this game, as Bo Saunders is actually going to get a first down and goal here. So we may see a little bit more contention here. It may fall back down to a 3-point game. It's just going to matter of can Utah's offense get this score before they are held down to 3 more points by this Georgia defense. We got 10:43 left here in the fourth quarter. And Bo Saunders is going to kind of get mixed up there in the middle with number 7 of the Georgia defense. It'll be a 2nd and goal, about the 5-yard line, or 6-yard line, potentially. We'll see. The first touchdown of the Utah Utes. Bo Saunders is going to add a touchdown to this 100-yard rushing game. So that is going to bring this, ideally, right now, to a 4-point ball game. But ideally, this will come down to another 3-point ball game. So the 3-point ball game is going to come into effect here again. Barring if Georgia is able to put up yet another touchdown to put Utah in another very dangerous situation at this point in the game. But right now, we're seeing Bo Sanders come out here to put the team on his back for Utah. Kind of stepping up for the 2 backs right now, stepping up for his quarterback, Colorado Rivers, and we're going to see a 3-point ball game here, hopefully, in the next couple seconds. 9 minutes and 41 seconds left, and you guys got a 13-16 ball game. Utah trailing the Georgia Bulldogs right now by 3 points. There's been a common theme this game. As we see that boy Vic over there just warming up on the sidelines. Utah is going to kick this away to what I would consider an uncertain fate at this point. Georgia is really stepping up right now. If Georgia can step up again, is going to make it very, very, very difficult for this Utah Ute offense and team to get back into this game, as K5 is going to be the return man on that previous return. Ryan Brooks coming out with 157 rushing yards. I don't know if that was the game or if that was total. This may be a double. Well, of course this is a double 100-yard rushing game after that huge rushing yard attempt and then touchdown earlier that Ryan Brooks had, but he's going to take it here and he's going to fall a little bit short again. KJ is going to throw it to Brooks, and they're going to go for the strip, but it doesn't look like that strip's going to be effective due to another Utah Ute defender getting in on the tackle. First down, Ryan Brooks. Ryan Brooks is going to take another one right up the middle, and he's going to get tackled by the arm of Calvert before he's able to get much. 2nd and 7, 3-yard gain on the previous play. And no matter who wins or loses this game today, you got to take a look at the, oh my gosh, and there goes Ryan Brooks again, everybody. This team is getting in a very, 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 very dangerous situation right now offensively. Is this team going to put this game away right here? Because if they score, you got to wonder, is it going to? Or is Rivers going to pull out yet another Hail Mary? And this time, will that Hail Mary count? We'll have to see. Or Brooks is going to get up there again on another huge rushing attempt. We're looking at potentially 200 yards on the game here for Brooks, and that's going to be a safety right there. Thankful to hold on to the football. Not safety, sack, sorry. Thankful to hold on to the football. And so we'll see what the plan is here for Jordan after that. I can see why play action would have been smart, but they were looking to stop Brooks very clearly on that play anyways, and so the awareness by Jones on that play is really what made the difference. And so that's what you want to see from Utah right now. You want to get him out of field goal range and you want to stop him somehow. But right now, this Georgia offense isn't looking really to be stopped. We're going to see another pass taken in. Take him about midway by Luke McConkey. KJ is going to look to pass again. KJ breaking down. He's going to pass it to Brooks, but Brooks is going to end up short of the first down. It'll be 4th and 10. So all that, I guess, to avoid losing extra yardage. Provided they try to take the field goal maybe a little bit closer, but Utah may have gotten this ball back. And so we'll have to see how this plays out here. This will be a longer field goal. Hopefully he can make this, but if he doesn't, you got to wonder now what's going to happen overall with the time clock. And that is a boot. All right, so he is going to make that, so that is going to bring this to a 6-point ball game. So Utah has to score another touchdown or this game will be over. No 3 points are going to cut it here. So 5 minutes, 36 seconds left for Colorado Rivers and the Utah offense to kind of make something happen here. You got to wonder, is this just a bad game? Is this playbook adjustments, or is Utah really not the big bad wolf that we thought they were? But is Georgia bigger than we thought they were as well? You have to wonder that at the same time. And so we're going to find all that out here, hopefully, in these next couple minutes. They've had a very, very fun time tying the ball game here tonight, or at least making it close. And so don't ever count out the possibility for these two teams to take it to extra innings. Toronto's going to throw an incomplete pass. Toronto's going to kind of struggle back there. He's going to try and run, but he's going to take a slide this time after the previous fumble, knowing that he doesn't really have to get too crazy with it, but urgency is definitely a factor here with 4 minutes and 55 seconds left. And on third down, he just throws the ball away. Utah is going to willingly hand this ball back over to Georgia here. And that might be it. If Georgia's able to get into field goal range here, this game will be over. And that's going to be crushing. We're going to see a huge return by Jones III there on what we usually see to be a very quickly dissolving punt return. Is going to break even for a much larger gain this time than probably anticipated. So now Georgia is halfway to basically eclipsing this game out, and that is going to be a miraculous catch taken in by number 3. I'm not sure how you confidently pass that ball, but 2nd and inches here as Georgia's looking to put this ball game away right now. Ryan Brooks is going to fall just short. He's actually going to lose about a yard or so on the play, so it's going to take it from 2nd inches to 3rd and 1. Still very manageable here for the Georgia offense. You got to wonder when that chew clock factor comes in here. When's the clock going to get chewed? When are we going to see the clock become an important factor? Who's going to get urgent? How are we going to do this? We'll find out. It'll be 28 on the tackle of Ryan Brooks. I'll have to get a look at Ryan Brooks' stats here at the end of the game because I do believe this is a monstrous game for the previous Heisman winner. KJ is going to look to take a shot, and KJ is going to throw a touchdown that is going to all but cancel Utah's hopes of an undefeated season. Luke McConkey is going to take it from KJ Smith all the way down the field, and that's your ball game, most likely, everybody. Utah is going to fall to the Georgia Bulldogs, most likely here, barring a miracle. And what more can you ask for? A veteran quarterback that's the talk of the talk, and you're just a freshman QB coming in to learn how to play the game and figure out how you're going to get your team where your team needs to be. And just what a performance we've seen from KJ after that first initial interception. What an outstanding ball game for this Georgia team. If you're going to see 2 points be put up or extra on the board, and that's going to be very, very crushing here. Well, everybody, it looks like we're going to see how the cookie crumbles here on this drive. Not necessarily sure what we're going to see here. This is the PFL. Anything can happen, but it does look like it has crumbled for the most part. 3 minutes and 22 seconds left. We got a 27-13 ball game. And what a way for Georgia to come out here and defend the home turf. What a game for me also to be able to come out here and just vibe with you guys too. I really do appreciate, like I said, every one of y'all strolling through, every one of y'all rolling with me throughout this entire game and just keeping it hot in the PFL. And so, barring a miracle, congrats to the Georgia Bulldogs here. We'll probably see Brooks kind of milk this ball game out even if they do score here. Not sure how much a score would even do at that point. We have a 14-point ball game here. You're going to see 2 touchdowns, 2 extra points, and so we're going to go ahead and move forward on the congratulations with the Georgia Bulldogs. Shout out to K5 over there making that tackle, but really hasn't been targeted. And this Georgia defense, who's kept wide receiver Light Yagami all but under wraps the entirety of the ball game, going to hold Mercer short on this. halfback screen attempt. And everything's just kind of falling apart for the Utes right now. Not really sure what to do if you're Utah moving forward. But if you're Georgia, wow. What a game, guys. Gonna go ahead and get some hand clap emojis down in the chat. Throw up your 100s, your salutes. What a ball game we've seen here today from this Georgia team. That's gonna drop incomplete. And we're gonna see a last shot here for this Utah Utes team, if there is a last shot. We see a shot taken, and that's gonna fall incomplete. So Georgia is going to walk out of here victorious, everybody. Barring another touchdown by virtue of 14 points, 27-13 over the Utah Utes. KJ Smith coming out here today with 20 over 28, 235 yard touchdown to pick ratio game, but that doesn't really explain the magnitude of what this kid's done. Him and Kyson Carter throughout this entire game, along with the help of Ryan Brooks, have really just established themselves as a really, really dangerous team moving forward. Thankful as the Ducks quarterback, obviously, that I got the win that I did over these guys, because obviously this is not a team that we want to mess with. And so, shout out to this Georgia team. What a huge, huge, huge statement win. What a way to go down. And what a tough way to go down for the Utah Utes here, everybody. Thankfully, over at the UGA Stadium, so it wasn't a crushing home loss for the Utah Utes. As Ryan Brooks is just going to continue to add to the total and perhaps put another touchdown on the board. Not sure who's taking timeouts right now and for what. Looks like Utah's going to take their final timeout, and Georgia's going to kneel it out here with 1:22 seconds left. KJ's going to take his final set of knees. And that'll wrap up your ball game here, everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the PFL. Shout out to the Georgia Bulldogs. Shout out to the Utah Utes. You're going to see this bleed out here. You got 5 more seconds or so. We'll see one more knee, and that's your ball game, everybody. Georgia is going to take home the dub against the Utah Utes, 27-13. As we see a huge, huge, huge game for both of the backs. But like I said, KJ Smith and Kyson Walker, what a game. Chris Elko highlighted up there, but KJ Smith obviously going to most likely be the player of this game, if not Ryan Brooks. Just because those both were huge, huge, huge contributors to both of those teams. But again, thank you guys, everybody, for vibing with me, for chilling with me. Hope you all enjoyed this play-by-play commentary. And we'll hopefully see you again next time. KJ Smith getting his final hypes up with everybody. And then as always, stay golden, PFL. It's Austin Briley signing off. Take care. Bye-bye.